welcome back to Applying Yourself, a law school admissions podcast hosted by Washington University School of Law, the JD Admissions Office. My name is Naomi Stewart. I serve as one of the directors in the admissions office.
And I am Anna Donovan. I am the communications program manager.
And today we are talking a little bit about winter in St. Louis.
Heck yeah.
Yes, it's a bonus episode. And the St. Louis episodes have been quite popular. So we're back with another one about
millions of listeners are waiting for us to talk about what there is to do in St. Louis in the winter. And we are here to give you that information.
Yes, we're here to bring that information. And so the first thing on our list, I actually haven't done because
that's okay.
That ski injury, ice skating just sounds too
Yeah,
too
absolutely. So one of the best parts of WashU's campus is the fact that the front yard of our campus is Forest Park, which is beautiful and amazing. Everyone Google it, do some pictures there. Are so many free cultural institutions. We're going to touch, actually, I think, on two of them specifically in this episode. But there is an outdoor ice skating rink called Steinberg. They just got some funding to renovate Steinberg. But, winter, it's cold here in the Midwest. And you can get a hot chocolate, and you can do a little ice skating outside in the park.
Yes, and it is just like I go and watch people ice skate.
Yes.
Watch my friends ice skate, for sure. It is absolutely, it's a beautiful ice rink.
It's lovely.
And it's in a beautiful park, so a really, really fun thing to do. Not too far from Forest Park are the Missouri Botanical Gardens.
Yeah.
And those are open all year round, and they're one of the premier botanical gardens in the entire world.
Truly.
And absolutely gorgeous at all times of year. So winter is no exception. It is definitely something to see in the winter time. And they have different lights programs and all kinds of different things that happen during the winter.
They have different events. You can become a member. And really, I think with all of these things and Midwest winters, you got your coat, your hat, your gloves, your boots. You can go outside and do all the things. We were talking about, one of the great things about all the parks in St. Louis is how many farmers markets we've had and we have here. And so many of those transition to kind of like artisan markets, or maybe they may be staying outdoors, or they may be moving indoors or to different event spaces. I know there are some that take place at breweries in St. Louis. So those are kind of keeping going even in the months when the weather isn't super great outside.
Yes, they are. And it's just a great way to find really local and fresh breads and honey and yogurt and just everything you can think of.
Yeah.
It's nice that it's still available during the winter months. One of my favorites, and I'm going to call it the wrong thing because they renamed it, but the Kirkwood Farmers Market.
Yes, it will always be the Kirkwood Farmers Market.
Oh my gosh, it is just so cute, and you go in and you get your little chocolate covered honeycomb and the whole bit. I mean, they have everything.
They do. It is an excellent one. And really, wherever you are in St. Louis, wherever you're staying in St. Louis, there's probably one close by. So you can just do a quick Google search there. I'm going to take it back to Forest Park.
Yes.
But I love going to the zoo in the winter. The zoo is one of the best free experiences in St. Louis. It is so incredible. And in the winter, it's just a little less crowded. Again, get your winter gear on, but you can, still see all the animals, stroll around, stay as long or as short as you want. It doesn't matter because it's free.
Yes.
The polar bear loves it. We have a really excellent polar bear. All the exhibits and stuff like that. We still saw seals. I just went a couple weeks ago. But that's a nice little thing that you can do even in the winter.
Yes, the St. Louis Zoo is amazing. Growing up in San Diego, I feel like I have this really high threshold for zoos.
Yeah.
And the St. Louis Zoo, it's been ranked one of the number one zoos, or the number one zoo in the United States several times. So it is an absolutely fantastic institution for animals. And another fantastic institution for animals, of course.
The Wolf Sanctuary.
The Wolf Sanctuary. And it is actually, of course, I'm going to bring this up again. It's going to come up as often as possible. It is actually a wolf center. So a sanctuary would be where animals go and they're not re-released at this wolf center. They are there to be, re-released into the wild. So it's just a really, really neat service, and it's run in part by Washington University. And the reason it's a great winter activity is because the wolves that are there are very, very active during the winter months. So if you really want to see them and see them doing their wolf thing, going in the winter months is a great thing to do.
Continuing on our animal train, Lone Elk Park there are some hiking trails at Lone Elk Park, but also you can drive your car through. You do not have to get out. You can stay in the warmth of your vehicle and see the bison there, which is very cool. I mean, even as a full adult, I think it is thrilling and exciting to do that. It's great for kids, but really, you want to take a little drive, but stay in your car and see some animals. Lone Elk Park and seeing the bison is at the top of my list.
Yes, and I mean, if you wanted to make a whole day of it, the Wolf Wolf Center, Lone Elk Park, they're all out kind of, probably like a 25 minute drive from where Washi was located. And also out in that area is Hidden Valley ski slopes.
Yep, we have ski slopes.
We do have ski slopes. And so it is not like Colorado. So we're not going
temper your expectations.
Yeah, temper your expectations.
About what skiing in Missouri is like.
But it is Hidden Valley is actually owned by Vail Mountain Resorts. And so it's run by them, and it is a great place if you love skiing, snowboarding,
you can do that stuff here. That's what I tell all of our incoming students.
Yes, it is
all the things you love to do.
A great place to go, on a weekend, on an afternoon, and to practice, and it really is very, very enjoyable. Of course, it's not like the Colorado, the alpine skiing, but it is just a wonderful thing to have here, and so much so I think it is the most eastern and southern ski slopes owned by Vail Mountain Resorts.
Yeah, that seems right.
Yeah,
you can. It's
wonderful.
It's super cool. I think it is definitely a hidden gem for people who love their winter outdoor sports. They also have very good deals on getting past it. Like you can get a pass to Hidden Valley, but I think you can also opt into something that may get you discounts or passes at other Vail resorts.
Yeah.
That can.
I don't know if that's I'm gonna call it the wrong thing, but it's one of those passes. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like multi-mountain passes. So you can tell that we are not skiers as we are telling you all about this. But some very cool stuff in the winter. Common misconceptions of Midwestern winters. I think people just think in their head sort of the pictures you see of a Chicago or a Michigan or a Minnesota or a Madison, Wisconsin. We actually get very light winters here. It's cold. We'll get a few small snows. It will immediately melt. And so really, our students that come every year, some that have never seen snow before, find it very easy to adjust to the, I think, pretty pretty mid-range, Midwestern winters. It's not warm, but very manageable. Get that gear and you'll be fine.
Yeah, with a warm coat, it's just fine. There are a few weather events each winter, like maybe just a handful of snowstorms, I'm saying in quotes.
Yes.
And the snow sticks for a few hours and then it is gone. But really it is quite manageable, and it really just, it's more a beautiful environment.
Yeah.
It really is.
It is lovely.
Really
just as many, outdoor adventures as there are indoor adventures. So again, we love St. Louis so much, and we want people to love it. And every single season, do your own Googling. If you're planning a visit to St. Louis, there's some great stuff to do here in the depths of January.
Absolutely. And if you have questions about St. Louis, or if there's something that you like to do in the winter, or if you are like me from a warmer climate and you're a little bit have some trepidation about moving to a bit of a colder climate, we are always happy to answer questions and give recommendations of things to do. You can email us at applylaw@wustl.edu, or you can find lots of ways to connect with us at law.wustl.edu online.
Yeah. I, same as Naomi, love to talk to people and convince them that they are going to love St. Louis as much as we do. So please do reach out to us. Well, this was great. I hope that in the spring we can bring up the Wolf Center again.
Yes. Oh, it's coming back.
All right. Well, thank you, Naomi.
Thank you, Anna.
Bye-bye.
Bye.